How's it going, guys? It's Hayden here. In this video, we'll be going over the most popular music industry deals, and I'll be explaining them as simply as possible. So the first deal we have is a record deal. Let's say you're an artist and your songs are blowing up on TikTok, on social media, stuff like that. A record label might see this and they will want to sign you. How that works, they will give you a big lump sum of money, and this is called a advance, and they will take around like 80 to 90% of the royalties your music makes. So in exchange, you get a huge lump sum of money, huge advance, but you give away like 90% of the royalties your song makes. The pros here are you get a large sum of money, and the cons here are that you give away 90% of the royalties your songs are going to be making, and you only get to see that like 10% that you only get to see that once the record label recoups their investment on you. So if they give you $1 million in an advance, you only get to see 10% of royalties coming in from your songs once they make back $1 million through that 90% they took away from you. Next up, we have a distribution deal. Distribution deals used to be, I think, popular back in the day because back in the day, it wasn't as easy and popular to distribute your music online by yourself. So a distributor came along and said, hey, you have all of this material. We can distribute it to Spotify, Apple Music, and stuff like that. In exchange, we take like a percentage of your royalties. Nowadays, it doesn't really work like that. You just choose like a popular music distributor, you pay them monthly, and you keep like 100% of your earnings. Then we have a publishing deal. A publishing deal is applicable to like songwriters, producers, and stuff like that. What happens when you sign a publishing deal is like, let's say you're a very talented songwriter and producer. Company like Sony Music Publishing comes up to you and says, hey, we really like, the tracks that you've made before. We want to sign you. So what happens is you write new songs, reference tracks, create beats for artists in the Sony Music label. And once those major record label artists release those songs, then you get a percentage from that. And obviously, all artists don't write their own music. They don't produce their own music. So they start off with some sort of beats, reference tracks and stuff like that. And that's where you come in. You provide those already made reference tracks, those beats and stuff like that. And then later you get, your music publishing cut from the song that they release with it, hopefully. Then we have a 360 deal. Now, a 360 deal is used in a record label deal, and it's mainly used when the label provides the artist with a huge advance. So like millions and millions of dollars, like a very big one. And how this makes sense for the label is because they're investing so much money and an advance into this artist, they need to recoup that investment as fast and as efficient as possible. So what they need to do is they need to take a cut from literally every single channel that the artist might make money from. So as you can see, they would take sales from physical sales, tickets, digital sales, live entertainment, merchandise, sponsorships, all that stuff. And yeah, I mean, at first glance, it really doesn't make sense on why the hell somebody would sign a deal where they just get an advance, but they literally give away every single other way they could be making money. But 360 deals are kind of reserved for the major record label artists, where the advance for them is so big that this actually kind of makes sense. Obviously, if your advance that you're getting is not like huge, then obviously giving away every single channel that you could be making money from, it wouldn't really make sense. So 360 deals are not very popular when it comes to like smaller artists, but most likely your favorite artists, the bigger major record label artists, all of them have 360 deals, and the record label takes a cut from every single channel they produce money from. And then we have a licensing deal. What a licensing deal is when like a TV show, movie, video game studio, advertiser, they see your music and they're like, hey, we really like this beat that you used, we really like the lyrics, or we really like the whole song in general, and we want to use it in our like advertisement, let's say. And they provide you with a licensing deal, and then you can negotiate, see if it's for you, see if you like the project, see if they're paying you enough, and then you can say yes or no to it. Obviously, there's probably like a lot more different music industry type of deals, more niche deals and stuff like that, but these are pretty much the most common deals in the music business. If you want to get your music promoted using a very reputable music marketing agency, you can use Mushroom Media. I'll link it in the description down below. And if you want to join our exclusive music business community reserved for people that work in the music industry and just generally want to connect with like-minded people in the music business, I will link SoundMind in the description down below, and you can join us there, and I'll meet you on the other side. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you.